Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. I hope you're all doing well. Straight away I can see I'm really shiny. It's really warm again. It's like 33 degrees. It's been a warm one. This room is hot. I've got a fan blowing away, so I do apologise if it puts you off the sound. I hope it doesn't too much. So we're going to crack on with it. I got an IPA to review. It's an IPA that I picked up in Sainsbury's. I haven't been to supermarket shopping beer wise in ages. And this was in Sainsbury's. It's from Buxton. And it's their Whetstone IPA, and it's coming in at a healthy 7.2%. 7.2% ABV IPA, and I paid, I can't remember now. It was either £3 or £3.50. It was no more than that. For a 7.2% IPA, that's not bad going, is it really? Yeah, cool Whetstone. I'm assuming because it's, there's a map on the front. So you've got Whetstone Ridge there. Whetstone is in the Peak District, which is in the Derbyshire area, which is where Buxton is, so that would make sense. So yeah, what's it say? Got a bit of flavour text, which is nice. It says, a full-bodied and full-flavoured IPA in the West Coast style. Assertive but balanced. Hop bitterness complements the malt backbone. Aromas are forthright, coming from the big dry hopping with Columbus, Utternam, Azaka and Equinox. Oh yes, that is a proper American hopped beer, this one. We're talking lots of citrus and piney notes, hopefully, on this one. So there's one more look at the can in a rather fetching yellow wrap. 7.2, flavour text. It's got ingredients listed on it, everything you want. Natural, unfiltered, unpasteurised. Water, barley, oats, wheat and hops. Lovely jubbly. I haven't had a Buxton beer for a while, and saw this on the shelf at Sainsbury's and I was compelled to give it a go. So let's get this West Coast IPA out of this can into a glass and see if it's any good. Hoping for good things. Right in the mood for a good Westie. Straight away on that pour, that's looking like a Westie. But it is developing a bit of a haze, which is not necessarily a traditional West Coast ting. Creamy head on it. That's quite a thick head on it. Get the rest in there. Wow. Okay. On the eye, that to me looks like a kind of a dark Nipa. It looks like it's going to be tropical. That for me is far too hazy for a West Coast IPA, but I'm not complaining yet. Dark amber, dark gold, orange, marmalade colour. There is, I don't know if you can see that, a little bit of sediment floating around in the bottom of the glass. Give it a wriggle. See if I can wake them up. I don't know if you can pick them out. Probably because I've got the light looking at me. There's sediment floating around in that, which is a good sign. It's got a solid 2-finger, and it's a proper sort of creamy looking head. And it's in no rush to go anywhere. It looks appetising, if a little bit too hazy. But I'm not going to complain. Let's get me snouting, see what the aroma's telling us. And straight away there's citrus, there is pine. There's like an orangey, very orangey, big orangey aroma. Touch of grapefruit, touch of lemon and lime. It's very citrusy on the aroma. But lots of orange, lots of marmalade-y orange. I don't know if it's just the colour that's making me say marmalade, but it's certainly an orangey side of citrus coming through on this aroma. But it's not smacking me in the face, it's quite subtle. Smells quite sweet. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. I'm quite happy with that. It is citrusy. Grapefruit, lime, orange, piney, slightly resinous, Really clings to the palate, this one. It's full-bodied. There is oats in the brew, which I read on the can. I think it's just a little bit too thick. I think it's just a little bit too full-bodied to be a West Coast IPA. In my opinion. Who am I to say what's a good West Coast IPA or not? I prefer my Westies to slightly lighter, slightly more transparent, slightly more carbonated. This is almost, it's got the flavours of the West Coast IPA, but the mouthfeel of a New England IPA. Yeah, all the flavour of a Westie, all the texture of an IPA. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Too much body. Good conditioning on it though. It's a good conditioned beer. It's a very well made beer. But as soon as you take a touch of it on the tongue, the body screams New England IPA. And then you get all that citrus and that pininess really up front. Big orange, lime, piney hit, bang. It's a Westie, no doubt about it, hop wise. It's been very nicely hopped as well. And the bitterness on the back end is actually quite gentle. It's not a big smacker. It's more, the hop character is more up front with this beer. The aftertaste is actually, I mean, there is a lingering bitterness to it, but it's not extreme. There's never a smash of bitterness that you get from really big Westies. It's quite subtle. Excuse me. It is quite boozy though, I will say that. You are aware that you're drinking a 6% upwards beer. It doesn't hide the alcohol. But I don't particularly want it to be honest, because I always think a good West Coast IPA, you should be tasting a bit of that booze. I think it contributes to the flavour. It's really orangey, really citrusy. Up front, there is definitely an orange marmalade vibe with it. Touch of lime, grapefruit, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of sweetness of lemon there. Those Columbus, Azaka hops, really kicking in, really doing their thing. The body is just a little bit too much for me. It's just too close to medium body for me, and I feel like that's just taking away a little bit of the flavour. Maybe if they'd have cut down on the oats, at least if I was making this beer, everything's easy in hindsight, right? If I was tasting this beer, I would have cut down on the oat content and just made it a little bit lighter, a little bit thinner, and let the hops do a little bit more of the talking. But if you're a fan of New England IPAs, slightly thicker, slightly more full-bodied, creamier beers, and perhaps you're looking to get into your West Coasts, the slightly more bitter, piney, hoppy beers, this might be a good beer to have a go on. It might be just that. Sainsbury's, £3, £3.50. It's a good price. This is a really good beer. This, taking into consideration the price, the availability, the brewing, it's very good. Yeah, I really like that. I think as far as supermarket beers go, I think that's one of the best ones I've had for a little while, to be fair. I have been a little bit dismissive of supermarket beers recently because I think the quality is gradually going down. But this is a little bit of a change from that pattern. That's actually rather good. Buxton Brewery, Whetstone IPA. I really like that. I like that enough to give that a solid 8 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I've enjoyed doing it. Give it a thumbs up. It does help. Thank you very much. And I will speak to you on the next one. Take care.